Hello again from my actual front porch. Oh, it's good to be back in Des Moines, Iowa. I know, you think I'm just saying that, but no, I really am. This is my home. But I was gone for 2 weeks, including over the weekend, because I spent a week at the ATD conference, Association for Talent Development. Had a great time there because, in fact, I'm going to take this off because it's a little warm out on the front porch today too. It's like, maybe I should leave it on and soak up the sweat. Maybe I'll do that. Maybe I'll just set it like that. But I want to see this. See the badge? This. Now, I have a habit of keeping my conference badges, but I have to show you the ribbons from this one. And then, some people think it's goofy that I keep the badges, but here's why I'm gonna keep this one. It's because it's the first time that I've had this particular collection of ribbons, and well, let's just say it was important to me to have them. So you see now it says Baker Concrete Construction, but look at the ribbons. We got speaker from my session on learning while working. We have Public Policy Council because I serve on the Public Policy Council and helping do stuff like that. And I even took time while I was in DC to meet with a couple of senators, with Joni Ernst, senator from Iowa, and with Lamar Alexander, senator from Tennessee. And I met with them to give them copies of my book. Because my book is about job-related things that I think are relevant to them, and I'm probably going to hear back from their offices about helping to share some other thoughts with them about some of that. So that'll be interesting. But also, ATD's public policy group does what they call the skill gap report, and we were talking about that as well. So it's doing that. But then notice this one right here, ATD author. First time I was able to have that on there at one of the international conferences, and I was so proud and excited to wear that. And the Power member, that means you're a member at both the local chapter level and at the national level, and I'm proud for that too. In fact, I tell people that and I'm not exaggerating, I could give you the specifics, and people know that have talked about this know that I can really talk in the specifics, but every actual success, advancement, opportunity that I've had in my professional career, and even one or two on a personal level too, but every success I can trace either directly or indirectly back to my involvement with ATD. And so I think that speaks very highly of the organization. I think it speaks highly of the people who are part of it, of the people who make things tick. But had a great time in Washington, D.C. Got to sell a lot of copies of this guy. You remember this guy, Learning While Working, my book? Yeah, sold several copies of it. Even had a book signing at the bookstore, which was very well attended. But I had a couple of stories that came about because of the book and because of the session that I did as well. And I shared one of them as part of just as a straight up promo video. I'm going to insert it right here. A woman named Kelly, who is from Whirlpool. I want you to hear what she has to say about how Whirlpool is already making use of learning while working. Check this out. Hey there, I'm here with Kelly from Whirlpool. My session just got done. If you missed it, well, sorry, but that's probably just as well anyway. But now Kelly here was telling me afterwards, we were having a good conversation about what's going on with her company, and she got a copy of my book and everything. And here, show them the book. Yeah, see, and not only that, but look, the little tags. See, she bought it before today, and do that. And in fact, she was telling me something interesting about the book in my session. You were saying?
So we wanted to kick off a structured on the job training program at our company, and I bought this book to see what it was about because I wasn't really sure. Mm-hmm. And I saw that you were presenting at the conference, and so I presented it to my boss and gave a really good pitch, and this is one of the main reasons why I'm at the conference this year.
There you go, ATD. You need to keep me on the schedule because see, then keeps Kelly coming. No, I'm kidding. But no, really, seriously, I'm thankful I'm humbled by that, to know that somebody would choose to come to the conference, or would make the decision that your company would approve for you to come and stuff because of what you saw in the book, that they see that level of value in it. And I'm always thrilled. I mean, it's I didn't set out to write a book. ATD kind of wanted me to write the book because they didn't have anything about it, and it was stuff that I was doing, and I went to the effort to do that so that I could help people with what they're doing. And Whirlpool, hey, helping them right here, right now. So thank you, Kelly, for sharing that. Appreciate it very much.
Thank you for writing it.
Hey, anytime. No, I don't mean that. That was a lot of work. All right, thank you again.
Thank you.
Isn't that amazing? That's just, I think that's incredible what is going on. And I was very overwhelmed. When she pulled a copy of the book out of her bag that she had already bought, and that it had little flags in it, and it had markings in it, and it was dog-eared from where it had been used. I mean, that in and of itself really, encourages an author, because it means she's actually using it. And when she's saying that Whirlpool is using this book to be a foundation for what they're doing, to build a structure on the job training program, again, that's the whole reason I wrote the book. I didn't write the book so I could say, hey, look, I wrote a book. I wrote it so that others would be aware of how that concept of structure on the job training can be implemented, and how it can be a great success for them. And here's Whirlpool doing exactly that. I was that was so awesome. But then to find out that she came to the conference in large part because I was speaking, I thought, wow, that's that's heady stuff. I mean, it's warm out here on the porch, yes, but still, but so that was great. But then at the bookstore, when I was doing the book signing for Learning While Working, when I was doing the book signing for it, there was a significant group of people at the book signing event. But there was a bunch of them, I'd say half a dozen at least, that were all, turns out they were all from the same company, Polaris. And they all were getting copies. They weren't all just in line as a group and one person by them. They were all getting copies, and their leader had instructed them to get a copy for them too. And so they were all in line to get their book signed by me and get the one for the leader signed too. I was a little disappointed that apparently there was a member of their team from Iowa who didn't come to the book signing, so they were picking up a book for that person too. And I still signed it, but still, I was like, oh, one person in your group would have been from Iowa, and I didn't get to meet him? Oh, but they all got their copies of Learning While Working. And I tell you, I don't know if that kind of situation is going to be repeated again. I don't know. I have jokingly told people that I think I've reached the pinnacle. I think that's it. I don't know. Maybe it'll be even better next time around. I don't know. But what I do know is it was incredibly rewarding for me. In addition to the presentation and in addition to doing the book signing, I had opportunity to do an interview session with members of the press that were there at the conference. And when I say members of the press, I don't mean like ABC, CNN, that kind of, no. These are from technical journals and training related publications all around the world. And so there's a press room there, and so I went in there and sat down with him, and I was thinking it's like a half hour kind of thing. And so I go in there right before lunch to meet with these folks, and there's a big table, and I'm sitting at the head of the table, and reporters down both sides, and they're asking questions, very, very thoughtful, very probing questions about the book, about the structure on the job training concept, and not just tell us about it, but asking very specific questions. Well, how would you do this? It was almost like doing another presentation. I mean, with the questions that came afterwards. And there were a couple of questions that I'd never been asked before. So it was like, that's a good question. I was, of course, able to give an answer, but still. But so that was quite an experience, and it turned into an hour and a half session. Those people stayed through lunch to keep talking about these concepts and ask the questions. And then there were two of them there that wanted to do separate one-on-one interviews with me, one on camera and one as more of a blog conversation or an online web based blog thing. But anyway, and so had a great time doing those, and I look forward to seeing the results of those, hearing the results of those. I hope that they all tag me in them on LinkedIn, or that ATD lets me know when they're published somewhere, and I'm able to go see them, because I'd like to see how they cover it, how they write it up. That's going to be really exciting. So I don't know if I'll get all of that kind of experience and exposure next year at the next ATD conference. But if not, if this was the hurrah, then it was quite a hurrah. I'm not complaining. I enjoyed it very much. Now, I also went to sessions and learned stuff. It's not like I just went to the conference just to promote my book and stuff, although again, I'm focusing on that because that was stuff that was really fun and unique. But walked away with a lot of great. In fact, there was only one session I was in that I thought sort of was a little lackluster, that didn't quite rise to the occasion. And so, I think that's pretty good. I mean, there have been years past where I've literally walked out of some sessions, and I hate doing that because as a presenter myself, it's sad when you see people leave. But I've now learned that sometimes it doesn't matter how good the presenter is, you suddenly realize, oh wait, what they're covering or how they're covering it isn't what I'm looking for, so I'm going to go to a different session, because there's oftentimes 20, 30 different sessions going on at the same time. And so, if this one isn't what you're looking for, chances are that there's one of those other ones that aligns more to what you need. And so I don't take it as an insult. If everybody got up and left, or half the room, then I might be a little concerned. But when you have the one or two people that get up and slip out, it's like, okay, well, maybe they already heard the one nugget that they came here to hear, or maybe they're thinking, this really doesn't fit me the way I thought it was going to, so I'm going to go to something else. Whatever. But still, I had a great time with the folks that were there. I thought it went very, very well. And next year, I'm looking forward to it also, because this year it was in Washington, D.C., where Baker has an office. And so I had reason to go to the office and then stay for that. Next year, I'll be able to do the same thing, because next year, ATD 2020 will be in Denver, Colorado, which is not only where Baker has an office as well, but it's where the team that I oversee are all based, that they all reside there in Denver. And so next year I'll be in Denver. Now, will I be presenting? I don't know. I'll definitely submit again. We'll see. They've been gracious to allow me to present 4 years in a row. I've shared many times about how there was a day, and I still remember being the guy standing in the back of the room, sitting in the back of the room and thinking, wow, these people up front, they must be really smart. They must be really skilled. Man, if I could be half the trained professional that person is, and just been in awe of those people. And now here I am, I've got a book on my topic. I'm doing press conversations. I'm doing book signing. I've spoken at the conference 4 years in a row on the topic, and it's surreal, because now I am one of those people, and I just think I'm not that special. And so. I don't plan to lose that. I don't plan to let my head swell like that. People joke that I lost my hair because my head swelled and pushed it out, but that's not entirely true. But anyway, it is good to be back in Des Moines. I had a great time at the ATD conference. Absolutely loved it. Always do. And it's a big, great family reunion with all of my ATD professional family and friends. And so it's always good seeing them as well. But now I'm home. I got a mountain of laundry that I got to do, and I've got a bunch of friends that I get to go hang out with. Loving that they're going to have this extended Memorial Day weekend, and I actually get to be here in Des Moines for the entire week coming up. After that, I'll be gone again, but for the entire week, I get to be home. Yay! All right. Well, with that, I'll let y'all go, and I'll see you next time from my front porch.